Alrighty, hello there everyone, and welcome to another session of Epithet Campaign / Anime Campaign, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, I don't remember what happened last. Right. Last time these chuckle nuts ended up dealing with some people once they got into town, and they're learning a bit more about the place that they happen to be in, and today there's going to be a bit of a derailment because, you know, one of our players is not here today, but we'll deal with that later. So give me a moment to pop into the call with my co-gom / players, and we will get ourselves started. Unlow.
Yeah.
Alright, so last time y'all got to the city of Northrun, and you spent some time exploring. You learned some things. You dealt with a cowpoke, and that's really about it, frankly.
Pretty much.
Hey, we did the important stuff.
Yes. Let me see if I can
Now time for the unimportant beach episode. There's no beach.
No, you're nowhere near a beach.
We're nowhere near the beach episode either.
Yet. There's plenty of time for that.
We're too early in the storyline for a beach episode.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the...
We also don't have enough characters to make it interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Mistiv on that one.
So what you're saying is that you need more NPCs. Also,
Are you telling me that my 6-player game would be fine for a beach episode, but this 4-player game doesn't have enough, especially when we only have 3 players?
But, Snowy, get into the thing.
I'm working on it. It's taking a bit to load on my end.
Alright, this is not the music I had playing last time. Where is the music I had playing last time?
Where you left it.
Thank you.
We try to help.
I actively do not do that. I do the opposite.
You heckle.
I do more harm than good. Just dropping all this extra shit around on my desk, jeez. I need to clean up.
You know what, let's go with that. So, white.
Oh, pizza's yelling at me.
There we go. Alright, give Mr. some time for that as I kind of go over a little bit of preliminary stuff. So, like I said, last time you guys started exploring the city of Northrun. You spent some money. Some of you still have some money, surprisingly. And you all ended up kind of sort of claiming a very, very minor bounty on someone who is known for just kind of being a nuisance in town. And kind of as a preface, since DJ is here, I am going to say that Percival, kind of seeing the opportunity of location and y'all have a bunch of time to kill, he is going to spend some time hanging about with everyone in the precinct. Just kind of see if he can learn anything important in terms of laws, structures, anything y'all might actually need to be aware of since y'all are kind of newcomers. Alright? Hello?
It got ridiculously bright outside.
Sorry. I was checking on the cat super quick.
I was getting my pizza out of the microwave.
Mistiv, you have an excuse. I'm talking about the other dude that I was given a synopsis and I didn't get any
I
response.
understand.
I understood.
DJ's currently at the precinct. Kind of
T-posing at the precinct.
I was just making sure y'all heard me, okay?
I did.
Yeah.
Alright.
T-posing to assert dominance.
I'm sorry, Professor Zonia. What do you expect me to say?
Okay. Just say okay.
In your best
Why would
Rannis
I-
impression. Okay.
I mean, I could just post this in the game pictures and tunes.
I mean, yeah. Also, for some reason, the screen's gonna go white on the stream for a second. Give me a second, because I need to move that. Alright, that should work. Alright, so. Now y'all have some time to kill. And
I
I
want to
mean,
kill time.
you literally do have some time to kill because it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and y'all aren't expected to meet with any of those other people until at least 9. So, for
Yeah.
now, what shall you do?
Well,
So,
if you guys don't have any plans, I could see if there's an independent courier's position here that I can, learn the area with.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they said that, there's not even much mail to deliver just because of these storms.
See, I ride the storms, and he kind of like slaps on his goggles but hurts himself. Ow.
You recoil
Sure.
a little in the sudden pain in your face.
Like I said, I've even done deliveries during the tornadoes in Sweet Jazz. I should be fine.
I would ask why, but I don't want to know the answer.
Neither rain, nor sleet, nor sun, nor shine will stop the mail delivery service.
Half of those should. And actively have.
Yeah, I remember a point where the mail didn't come because, like the plows weren't even capable of getting out.
Hunter,
See,
you
that
say
sounds
this.
like excuses.
I was gonna say, Hunter, you say that, but then you remember that there was actually a pretty bad torrential rainstorm one time in Sweet Jazz, and yet a package did get delivered to the zoo. You pitied the poor fool that had to deliver it.
I still do.
Looks over at the poor fool that did it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And alright. So, Pete, you are going to run off back towards that post office you had remembered on the other side of town.
Yep.
What about the other two of you? Because this leaves Jihei just kind of standing around awkwardly.
I mean, I could pick up the Jihei if no one wants to, get responsibility for the Jihei.
If she doesn't mind sitting with an older gentleman and a rock star, she can stay where she is.
I don't think it's a matter of want, it's a matter of she's just standing there staring.
He's literally basically the equivalent of a styrofoam statue right now.
More of a
Look,
cardboard cutout.
We can nudge her along.
Look, Peter, you're the one who can actually get some kind of semblance of a conversation out of her. Like,
I'm glad
Exactly.
you think that. I have to imply a lot.
I mean,
I
compared to
got
the
a
rest of
single
us-
word out of her.
I mean, compared to the rest of us, look, my point is, why not just ask her what she wants to do?
Looks over at the Jihei.
Pete, roll for conversation.
Oh shit, you mean something I even can't do in real life? What?
Conversation? That's for not
Adding-
nerds.
Well,
Adding
plus...
that proficiency?
I was gonna say +1 proficiency to a Snowy. And let's see, how does Jihei respond?
I'm just like, hey,
Alright.
Jihei, do you wanna like stay here? Or do you want me to see if I can get you a play? I mean, there's probably like a library you could stay at if you want. However, last time we were at a library, library things happened. He's got like the weird like spooky hand things when he says library things happened.
Ooh,
You-
spooky.
You bring that up, and Jihei kind of starts looking around a little bit, almost a little frantically, and she just kind of nods in agreement.
So like, just tell me where you want to go and I'll drop you off, okay?
She
I
just,
think she just agreed to the library.
I mean, yeah, but it's
Okay.
more that she just kind of points in the generalized direction of the campus.
All right, Jihei, quickly. let's go. As he motions for Jihei to jump on his back.
She slowly climbs on.
And as the second he says "let's go," you just see like a Pete Jihei shaped outline of mist just appear. He's already gone.
Alright. I will deal with Pete in a second. The other two of you. What are you going to temporarily do while there is some time to kill?
You got any good ideas? Because I sure as hell don't.
Ideas? I don't even belong in this scenario. I'm a zookeeper. What the fuck am I doing here?
You have more experience than a postman.
Oh, you think I do? I'm a musician.
Still better than a
Probably get
postman.
more action than half of us.
Define action.
Like the physical kind. Like the PG-13 kind.
Good answer. Not that kind of rock star.
Had to let my brain process that one for a second. Like, what do you mean? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. The only thing I'm good at around, well, with anything is animals. So, I'll do what I'm not good at, and that is mingle.
Yeah. Well, I'm not exactly good at that either. Yeah, maybe we should just go see what those who are going to be doing at the library. I don't know, maybe we could try to, like, earn some extra money somehow.
Honestly, you'd probably be perfect for earning extra cash. The entertainment value in music. Then again, I could also put on my show that I used to put on at the zoo.
You used to put on a show?
Oh yeah, it ended with this hilarious joke where I'd have Jake like climb on my face and I'd pretend he's attacking me. And then I'd stand up and feed him a treat.
While he's still hanging onto your face, I believe.
I was gonna say Jake just stands up on his shoulder, folds his little arms, and does a little nod.
So you look at him, he's perfect.
Somehow I don't know if that'd be the best idea here, given, well, you know, there's probably not many animals exactly like him, so people might see that and not realize it's, well, you know, a joke.
Listen, I used to put the show on for kids.
You know what? Fair enough. Well, I can say this much. You definitely seem more child-friendly than me.
Yeah, don't say that too loud. Looks in the general direction of where Pete used to be standing. I'm not sure how long that patience of mine's gonna last.
I mean, as far as you know, you saw him take off in that direction. But you do know that the campus is that direction.
We'll get there eventually.
But, alright. So, I think I know what I'll do with you two. But for now, Pete, you quickly rush into the campus, and you do happen to find a directory, and it points you in the generalized direction of the library. So you kind of follow basically the signage, slowing down just a little bit, just to kind of make sure you don't freak out too many of these people, because you don't know how they usually treat shenanigans. And you drop Jihei off kind of at the doors of a regular looking library.
Okay, you'll be good. You got snacks. You got, you know, you'll be fine, right? You got crowns.
She kind of digs around in her bag and just kind of, like, other than the pocket with her game stuff in it, she just kind of turns it upside down and you just see some lint fall out.
Did you already spend all your crown? Do you not have... Oh, wait.
Before you pull anything out, she holds up a little thing that she seems to have bought. Kind of looks like a makeup compact. You're not exactly sure what it is.
How much was that?
You just quietly hear 10.
So, I... My last crown, I'm just gonna hand to her.
She just holds on to it and kind of looks at it before stuffing it in like an extraneous pocket.
You'll be okay. If anything goes wrong, just, I don't know, throw some water in the air, I'll notice it.
She just kind of stares at you for a moment.
Anyway, I just had to update the description on my bag of crowns.
Bad advice, is it? Alright, you can also do that.
Yep. So, on that mark, Pete basically just goes full ham speeds over to the mail, the postman's office.
Alright. So, you kind of zoom over there, and you kind of casually enter through the doorway again, and you look around, and you don't see any of the people that were there before. It seems that there was a bit of a change of shift.
Oh, thank God. Maybe some actually decent people. As I kind of walk up to the desk.
You are greeted by someone who is casually stealing a letter. How can I help you?
I was informed that there were some troubles getting mail deliveries out because of the impending, because of the constant storms. Are you looking for anyone, dare I say, foolish enough to attempt to deliver them anyway?
She kind of looks at you for, like, kind of a second, and then it's like, you're not from around here, are you?
No, and I need some cash, so I thought doing my day job or finding freelance positions at my day job might actually be helpful. I have a certain set of skills that make me a fine courier back home, so.
She kind of thinks about it for a little bit and goes, well, we do have some of these here that... Give me a second, I need to pull up the map, but I'm not going to change the map for you guys. Actually, I think I know. Actually, we do have some packages that need to get out to Haverberry, to the south of us. We can give you some advance payment to help with your travel expenses, and maybe you can get those there.
Does it usually take y'all to deliver out there?
Let me actually consult the map, because I think where you guys had started had been about a day's journey out.
Day's journey, normal pace, might I add.
Yeah. Let's see here. She kind of thinks about it. It's maybe about a 3 days walk and about a half a day at sea.
Give me an hour and a half. You got the note papers ready?
She kind of looks at you dumbfounded. It's like, let me prepare something to ensure that they're at least belted together.
Don't worry too much. Do bind them together, but I have a way to carry these items.
Roll for sincerity?
Why did I roll? Because I don't apparently have... Oh, an 11. Not bad, actually.
She is looking mighty skeptical.
You just like open the mail pouch, like the entire the subspaciness of it. It's not infinite storage, but it's enough to store stuff just in case.
I understand that, but how are you going to get across the sea in less than an hour?
Well, that's the fun part. Get the packages ready and put the timer on the scale. Might be more like 2 hours. I'm not sure about the steadiness of the waves.
She just looks so confused and concerned. And she kind of goes and walks off into a back room real fast.
Like befuddled, like she's like, I need to talk to somebody.
Like, how do I explain that this random kid had walked in and he's like, yeah, I can make a 3-day journey in an hour.
2.
Maybe.
Really depends.
I will put this in... I will put this in the pictures and tunes for you again. That way you kind of have a good reference of where Hapaberry is.
Alright, so...
It is an island kind of in the very south.
Yeah, no, 2.5 hours.
You wait a little bit and she comes back
Look,
with...
looking at the map, but like...
Yeah.
Like... I imagine it's like a wall map of like the continent.
Yep, you're kind of looking at that as she comes back with what appears to be like her manager or something along those lines behind her, and he looks like he's questioning you as well, and just like, she's telling me that you can make a 3-day land journey in a couple of hours.
You're seeing him like trace the path from North Run to Haverberry. It's like, shouldn't be too bad.
He also looks somewhat skeptical, but it's like, well, it is one of the port areas. Do kind of need them more than anything.
Listen, what do you need me to do for you to believe me on this on the time period? Do you need me to grab you something real quick?
He kind of looks you over a little bit, and he's like, no, we heard from the other manager that there's someone running around going a little too fast.
No speed limit signs in town.
That's because most people don't have anything that goes over even a 0.2 clicks.
I've seen those hoverboards. They could go faster, probably, maybe. I don't know. I need one.
The manager just kind of sighs as he slaps down maybe about 3 crowns and kind of puts a hand on top of like a couple decently sized boxes. Get these to at least the post enter and have a berry and be back within a couple hours.
Like, as soon as his hand is like off the boxes, Pete just like turns his bag upside down and starts to like basically like scoop all the boxes up in the actual bag, like he's sliding the bag down on these boxes. Once they're all in, by the way, probably like completely befuddling the 2 people watching him do this.
Yeah, and one random old lady.
Yep. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Anyway, toodaloo. Imagining he left one of the doors open, or one of the doors just opens as he just evaporates into mist as he's running out.
Yeah, you're pretty sure these people are insanely confused.
Hey, I didn't say I'd clear anything up. I said get the job done, and the job being done would clear things up.
Alright, you are now on a very quick journey. You will be back.
Yep.
Alright. Mistiv and Dark.
Hold that thought.
Alrighty.
Folding up pizza tray because I just
I have to
finished
step
eating.
away.
Alright. Alright, thankfully the idea I had is mostly directed towards a Mistiv, so...
Mr.
Oh
Viv.
dear.
Yes. Alright, so you decided for the moment to just kind of wander about, kind of get a lay of the land a little bit, kind of familiarize yourself with more than just 2 parts of town, apparently, that you're going to be hanging around in. And as you kind of wander around, you kind of come upon, like, that central park area and start kind of wandering a bit more to the generalized east part of town. And you see that that's kind of a bit more businessy, with various other office buildings or, you know, just any sort of non-general store sort of place. Like, you got entertainment, you got regular office blocks, you got a couple, like, regular office buildings for, like, physicians and such. And you kind of are wandering about, and eventually you come upon what appears to be some sort of, like, notice board with various flyers and such, just kind of peddling various goods, random things about, like, lessons and stuff, as you would expect. And roll me something. Alright. You're kinda looking over this, and you kinda shuffle a paper away on the top edge, just kind of the usual slightly shifty deal, and you see some sort of basically kind of a request. Someone appears to be looking for mushrooms. Not your usual area of expertise, you're more of an animal person, but you know a thing or two about mushrooms.
I know a thing or two about mushrooms. Hey, listen, you gotta eat what you gotta eat.
Yeah, so you know a thing or two, perhaps, about
Sorry about
mushrooms. Welcome back, Dark. So you just kind of take the paper kind of off the bulletin board and kind of keep it with you as a reference, so you can gather up everyone else and see what the hell this guy's deal is with mushrooms.
Wonder if they're magic.
So, Hunter, as you kind of continue wandering about town, you kind of notice you ended up getting a bit separated from Satsuki. And thankfully, as the place isn't too terribly big, you do eventually just kind of run into her as she's standing around at the main central park. Probably figuring, you know, the most centralized location is probably the best place to stay. And she appears to just kind of be hanging around, not doing much.
Not a terrible idea, sticking around the central park area.
Yeah.
Very easy to find you.
Yeah, that's kind of why I figured I might as well stay here. We still got like sore thumbs, but if I remember, easy to find for the others. Yeah.
Well, since it seems to be just you and I, how's a little bit of a mushroom hunt sound?
What do you mean? Like, why would we
Pulls out the flyer and shows it.
Okay, can you tell me what that says? Because I got back just when you were finishing that.
It is just a flyer from someone in town saying that they are looking for mushrooms. Or they're looking for someone to help gather some mush.
You know what? Beats just doing nothing, I guess.
That's exactly how I feel. Considering we're with a police officer and somebody who is basically just the Flash, I feel kind of slow in comparison.
Ugh. You know what? Fair enough.
Alright, now just to figure out which place is his. starts reading through the papers, trying to find an address. Where do I meet this guy at?
Thankfully, you do seem to find an address. It's just a matter of, are you able to figure out where the residence is?
I can ask for general directions if need be.
Alright. Roll to navigate.
I navigated
Oh.
good.
Alright.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't need to roll.
Alright, so you kind of end up starting to go in a direction you haven't been yet, figuring at this point that the last area of town is going to be where all the residences are, because you really hadn't seen any up until that point. And it takes you some time, but eventually you kind of come upon a much denser area of town that appears to be just various homes and mostly like townhomes and stuff. And eventually you do manage to find the address of whoever put up this flyer.
Well, hope this is the right place.
Yeah. Hopefully this isn't some kind of weird. You continue the scene.
Alright. It takes a little bit of time, but eventually the door opens and you are greeted by an old man. Not any kind of kooky looking old man, just kind of an older man. And he goes,
So Professor Oak level, not like Captain Cuttlefish level.
sort of. And he just goes,
Are you a boy or a girl?
oh no, there's two of you. He's gonna be extra confused. No. He just kind of goes, yes, can I help you?
Yeah, we found this flyer on the. Well, I found this flyer on one of the bulletin boards. It says you need help gathering some of nature's herbs.
Ah, yes. He kind of steps outside of his door a little bit to talk to you. And he goes, I'm surprised that anyone ever took up that offer. See,
Well, plants aren't really my specialty, but
Or
animals and
mine.
wildlife are kind of my specialty. So
and he goes, excellent, that may be of greater help than any regular person who only knows a thing or two about plants. See, I'm not looking for just any regular mushrooms. I've heard that in south of the city there's a clearing in the forest that the mushrooms there are special. I'm not quite sure how, but it's an area that most people don't dare venture. So, if someone is willing to get me a sample of what is there, be much appreciated. Willing to pay you for your time.
well, how much you willing to pay?
He kind of ponders it a little bit. About 4 coins per person involved.
I'm
Alright.
cool with that. That
So,
works.
next question. Need a description and a general location. Can you provide those?
He kind of ponders for a moment. Give me a moment and I can get you a map I've managed to find.
All right.
And he kind of goes back into the house and you wait maybe a good 5-10 minutes and eventually he returns with a couple pieces of parchment. One seems to be kind of a slightly more weathered map of this general part of the forest, and it shows a relative path you should probably take from the city down to kind of a more secluded area of the forest that doesn't lead towards the next town. And also kind of a sketch from what appears to be some other document of what appears to be a clearing with some large trunks of trees and a large circle of mushrooms in the center.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yes, but just in case, do you have a general description of the mushroom you're seeking, or is it just you know it's in this area?
Don't know much of their description, just that there are mushrooms aplenty. You'll probably know it when you see it.
Fair enough. Any warnings we should know about, since we're kind of new to the area?
He kind of thinks of it a little. Just hear tell that you probably shouldn't stand too close to the ring in the center.
I'll keep that in mind.
Noted.
Well, I guess we got something to do, so thank you for your time, and we'll be back as soon as we can.
You stay safe now.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright, I guess we'll just start walking away.
Alright. So, at this point, kind of through sake of convenience, you two kind of start making your way back towards a more southern area of town. And by the time you get there, you kind of see, now this is going to be a little bit silly for the Snowy, but you see Pete just kind of hanging out with Jihei just near the campus area. Pete is rambling about his expert delivery skills. How you managed to noom your way within a couple hours to a completely different part of this island, drop off some packages to some very befuddled sailors, and get back. And you're just kind of recounting it all to Jihei, who is concerned.
Well, that was quick.
I was gonna say, basically, Pete, that in the time it took these two to kind of wander half of the city, it's been a couple hours.
Okay.
Because they move a lot slower than you do.
I had everything signed and everything. It was... And... Wait, why am I bragging about this? This is literally my fucking job.
I mean, you are now
You tell us.
I mean,
Interesting quandary.
You are three crowns richer.
Yep, 3 crowns.
And a trout.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. This... It's a weapon now.
Or you could,
Cook
eat
it
it.
and
It's
eat
a
it.
fish.
I do not know the first thing about prepping fish, but it makes a meaty schlap, which I would imagine would make people uncomfortable when they're hit with it. So...
I don't think the fish appreciates that.
The fish is staring at you with a very cold, dead stare.
Glub Glub says otherwise.
Checks his pulse.
Roll for fish pulse?
You're the one that led to this, Ari. It's your fault.
That fish is somehow questionably still alive. Slightly
Well,
concerning.
Please
put it back in the water then.
water.
Oh, okay, fine. Bubble of water that I've had. Bubble of salt water is the fish that's swimming in the salt water bubble.
Checking if trout is a saltwater fish.
Is it? I don't remember.
It's
I think
not.
considering we're at the sea, if it's not a saltwater fish, then it's just regular water that I'm putting it in. I don't
In
fucking
the-
know fish.
In the lake, you idiots.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I earned this trout.
It is
And
a freshwater fish.
I've earned this trout in a very respectful manner. I don't know what I'm doing with it, and I'm hoping I can pawn it off to a fishmonger in town. Why?
You don't just put the trout back in the lake.
I earned this, and this is literally the rest of my pay, and I don't know what to do with it.
Either cook it and eat it, or let it go. Most fishmongers aren't going to buy out live fish.
Jihei kind of looks like she's thinking for a bit before she just kind of pokes you, Pete.
But
And she just goes, park, lake.
be back in a flash of a fish's ass.
Just go.
They do. You just hear,
Fishes
they
don't have
do!
asses.
Pete rushes off,
Oh.
deposits the fish in the lake at the Central Park, and he is back in only a few seconds.
So,
Well, I have 3 crowns and a bit of, well, I feel like I've wasted my time.
so now what? I mean, there were 2 of us when we met with that old guy about these mushrooms.
Yeah, and how about we keep it that way?
I
Mushroom.
mean, I know that I'm nothing but a problem. I can just go back to doing more deliveries and wasting my
A
time.
problem? Not as much. Headache? Very much so.
Very appreciative, Hunter. I'll stay out of your way.
Jihei just kind of tilts her head a little bit and just goes, mushroom?
Yes, some old gentleman is going to be paying us to collect some mushrooms. Why, are you interested in picking some mushrooms with us?
She kind of looks like she thinks about it for a second. And she just kind of eventually slowly nods.
Alright, if you're willing to come with us, then by all means.
I mean,
Honestly, it seems like a step in the right direction. She talked to us.
agreed. I mean, yeah, tell you what, I'll split my cut of the pay with you.
I'm pretty sure the old man said 4 coins per person involved.
Yeah.
If we bring back 3 people, he might pay 4 per.
Well,
If he doesn't, I'll split.
you know what? Sure, that works.
You're just getting the wide-eyed stare again as you discuss this.
We can worry about the,
The pay when we
who's
get
giving
back.
up. Yeah, let's just go get those mushrooms.
Come on, GA.
Pete, what are you going to do? They are taking a Jihei.
Hey, blink twice if you're being kidnapped against your will.
She doesn't blink at all. She never blinks.
I was gonna say, she just kind of stares at you. Kind of like, are you just going to stand there?
I'm gonna pick up the styrofoam statue that is a Jihei.
And you are going to carry a Jihei with you as you follow these guys?
Yep.
Alright. So, Hunter, because you have map,
I have map.
roll to navigate forest of shenanigans.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I failed you.
You guys end up going out of the city, like, you actually go out, like, the southwestern entrance of the city, and maybe after maybe 10 minutes of travel, Hunter, you realize you have been holding the map upside down.
What was that grunting?
Sometimes I wish I actually brought a compass with me. Flips map right side up. Let's try that again.
Alright, so, now that you are going the correct direction, it takes you maybe about half an hour or so of walking to kind of start reaching a general area of where you think you should be. The measurement markings on the map are not very good because they're not any sort of measurement you're actually familiar with.
Well, look for a clearing, stay out of the center ring.
Alright, everyone, roll for perception, basically.
I didn't perceive. I rolled a 19 and an 18 consecutively. I think I've earned a few small ones. Hey, Pete, help. We're blind.
I'm curious to see what Snowy rolls first.
Alright. Oh, hey, look, a 17.
Alright, and what of Jihei? Yeah, apparently she is blind as well.
What'd she roll?
She rolled a 5.
We're all blind.
Alright, so, Pete, thankfully, as you guys are looking around and you are given the idea of what to look for, you turn off to your right, and you see what appears to be a massive clearing in the forest with a ring of mushrooms on the ground.
That's a fairy circle.
Wait, isn't that like a circle of like mushrooms that form over something that was, buried there?
Possibly.
Isn't that a fairy tale?
Listen, we are... Okay, no, I'm not dealing with this again. Faye already doesn't want to deal with this, but don't make me go on this rant.
Anyway,
You
Hunter.
called it a fairy circle. I called it a fairy tale. But
We are living in a world
Deal
in
with
which
my pun.
No, we are living in
Deal
a
with
world in
it.
which everyone is inscribed with a word that gives them power. Not magic, but power, and some people are inscribed with words that are literally magic. So both
you won't
magic
deal with my pun.
exists. So deal with it. And also, why is it so hard to accept that aliens exist in this fucking fantastical world?
Anyway, Hunter, you look at the other document you were given, and kind of look over at where Pete has been pointing to. It looks to be the same thing, just slightly different mushrooms.
Slightly different mushrooms. Okay.
I wouldn't need them.
As in, the mushrooms themselves are... the circle appears to be slightly bigger. Like, the mushrooms themselves are different.
We were told to avoid the circle, but let's get a little closer and take a look, I guess. Is there any mushrooms anywhere closer to the middle of the circle?
As far as you can see, other than what appears to be some moss and those mushrooms that you ate the first time you were wandering the forest, the only mushrooms seem to be the ones on the ground. In the circle.
Do we have like a way we can get the mushrooms without getting close, like a ranged attack or something?
Hunter takes off his fanny pack and hands Satsuki the bag and places Jake on the ground. Just stay here. If something happens, just leave me.
That's not reassuring, man.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm gonna go in. And he starts walking towards the mushrooms.
Today I'm bad idea theater.
Alright. Hunter, you start approaching the literal circle of mushrooms. And everyone, roll me another quick perception. Satsuki, I'll give you advantage.
Me as well.
So that means I get to roll twice, yes?
Yes. Hunter,
Glad I get to roll twice.
I'll also give you
Shall I-
advantage.
Shall I punt my
Whoop, shit.
D20? As you don't get the bonuses of that D20.
Yeah. That was a miss. That was a
I
fat
figured.
sorry.
Shall I punt my D20 into the wall?
That is up
Yes.
to you.
Punted.
Finally, an 8. My grievous enemy.
All right, Pete.
Two
You-
eights.
Pete, you don't hear anything because you're listening to ska.
No, I think I'm still ranting about the fact that we live in a fantastical world and no one wants to believe the fact that fairies and or aliens could exist in this world. I mean, come on, guys.
Well,
Yeah, Hunter literally just actively ignored him and just started walking towards the mushrooms.
the thing is, the rest of you, as Pete continues rambling and ranting, and basically he is completely tuned out everything besides his own voice, you hear giggling?
Hunter, get away from there.
He holds up a hand with the one finger extended. Is like, 1 second.
What are you gonna do?
Just gonna keep walking.
All right,
But be very careful to not step on anything.
you.
Hunter, seriously,
Other than
no. I
grass.
think we need to go. I'm
The
hearing
fucking
giggling.
Feywilds right now. There could be giggling in the corner, and the next thing you know, we get fucking enthralled by giggling small little bitch ass motherfuckers. And it's
You might
creepy
want
and
to-
it's weird, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You might want to choose your words carefully.
All right, and
Just gotta be very respectful.
all right, Hunter. Roll me something.
Show me something.
All right. After you kind of give Satsuki a notification of I'm gonna try and do this, you look down and you see a little bit of, like, the grass underneath you kind of... Like, you put your foot down and suddenly, like, a small spore cloud just kind of starts emanating from below your foot.
Covering my face as fast as I can.
You cover your face and you kind of move out of the way as the cloud just kind of bursts underneath. And the giggling has kind of started getting louder and louder, and roll initiative, guys.
Shit.
Let's see if this has actually started to work. It's still... Yep, nope, okay.
I forgot your image for Hunter was just Jim from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I worked very hard on changing his hairstyle, thank you.
My god.
Oh yeah, I forgot that y'all actually have an initiative button. I'll add it.
Oh wait, we do?
It's
kind of busted because you kind of need to go into it and force it to work.
Here, let
Yeah,
me,
don't worry about
actually
it.
try.
No, don't
I
don't
can't see the number.
don't worry. Like the reason
worry, I can
is that
see
you
it.
actually have to go in and add an initiative value.
It's so bright.
Okay.
Did I roll the highest initiative out of all of us?
Somehow. You're kind of rolling hot today.
Need I remind you guys that it makes sense for Pete to roll the highest initiative considering he literally is...
He's just on speed.
Shit, I didn't get to buy all the time! Oh god,
Whoops.
it's useless. I literally have the exact amount of coinage. I was gonna go buy it in a bit. Fuck! Just because of that, I'm gonna notate my crowns as all the time money.
Alright, and then... GA. You, Hunter, to... Satsuki, you rolled 2. Some of y'all are going real slow. Alright.
And sometimes the worst part about running faster than the speed of light is that you're forever caught in darkness.
Alright,
Is Jihei wearing glasses?
yes.
Yes.
This is the first time I've actually seen a closer up view of her, and I did not notice that before. Hello,
Hey,
Jihei.
why did I-
glasses. I wear running goggles. Fucking Satsuki over there has a crown. You have a hat.
Alright. Alright,
It also looks like she has fairy wings, but
yeah, that's because she's got a bunny backpack.
bunny
But
backpack.
anyway, so, we hold the initiative order. I don't know if y'all can see it.
I can see it.
Hold 2.
Alright, so, in front of you, in the middle of the circle, just kind of appearing in spore clouds, seems to be weird fairy creatures. But besides just being literally little fairies, give me a second to pull up the images I drew of them. Where did they go? Here they are. You are greeted by these creatures. They have wings similar to insects, and it seems that their lower halves are, in fact, literally made of mushroom. Their eyes are very hollow-looking, but yet they seem to be laughing at you.
Ah, shit. Okay, so just a heads up, everybody. Remember, it's pixies are the ones that are sociable. Fairies, they want your face.
Alright.
What?
Pete refuses to give context because this man's been playing Caves and Creatures constantly.
Alright, so the first one that goes is the Enoki. Just spend 1 stamina. And I believe that aims at Jihei. So put that down so I can actually see. Boop. And alright. So Jihei is being attacked. And what is her response? Not good.
Not being on the initiative tracker, apparently.
No. She is. She's just low on it. She rolled 16.
You probably have her
No,
on the
she-
GM layer.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
She's not up for us.
She's on. Either way, just roll with it.
Okay.
Getting the dice bag to roll with it.
Alright, so unfortunately, let me double check what this one does. Oh. Jihei proceeds to take 7 damage. Let me double do this here. I do apologize if this is slightly on the awkward side. But you just see the fey creature with the short brown hair and kind of the dragonfly-like wings just shoot a bunch of like spikes right at Jihei, and she was just petrified with fear as she just stands there. And what did that do? Thankfully, nothing else. Peter.
Alright. Big mistake. I gotta actually remember my movement speed, which is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I'm gonna hit 5. And then as I'm moving, I'm going to hit with both my stickers and Spadanko.
Alright. That's your first roll.
Yep.
And how does this little fey creature... You know what? For the sake of you guys, I'm going to turn off the GM rolling.
Okay.
She just floats away.
Good news, I have a second attack. Wow, okay, alright. I see how it is. You're fun. You're cool. Alright.
Yeah, you just hear ominous laughter from this little fey as it just twirls around your drumsticks. The
You know,
next...
I'm buying a gun next time.
Let's see here. The boop. Oh, perfect. Snowy.
Yo, nope, before you do that, remember, with my reaction, I'm gonna use quick reflexes. I've got advantage against her attack.
Alrighty. And the... Gonna move one from that. The boop. How do you fare?
I didn't even need advantage, but I
You
fare
almost
well.
did. You almost did.
Well, no, I didn't roll terribly until the second time. which is
That's
the
what I mean.
advantage
You
die.
almost did. If it was reversed, you would have. But
Yeah.
you dance around as you see some of the mushrooms at the edge of the fairy ring just suddenly burst open and start corroding the ground underneath you a little bit.
Fuck, I'm going to use my guitar sticks to my guitar sticks.
My
It's
guitar
like
sticks.
New instrument. My drumsticks, and just twirl them, basically fucking get rid of those spores out of my area. That's how I'm flavoring my dodge.
Pete went from a drummer to one of those lap harps where you have to use that stick to play it.
Alright, Jihei. What are you gonna do?
He's going to dab.
I mean, yeah, frankly, Jihei is just going to spend one stamina and bide her time. This will be important for later. Possibly.
Finally, she can dab in combat.
There we go. And then the Amanita. Let's see here. What is this one's choice? Yeah. This one is going to spend one stamina. And roll. And Jihei's response. Alright. Hunter, you see this one kind of gear up as it kind of just shoots like a cloud of spores towards Jihei, but thankfully she just kind of ducks out of the way and holds her breath. Satsuki, what shall you do?
Okay, let me double check something. Let me see. Hey. Snowy, Mistiv, either of you got any good... so is Pocket Amp only for my attacks, or is it just like the party's attacks?
Let's see here. I'm willing to
My only actual attacking ability is already an area of effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably only affects Satsuki anyway, because that's kind of her main motif. Maybe
If I
later it'll
wanted
get upgraded, but...
If I wanted to individually say fuck you to one of these guys, then I could do a lot of damage if I wanted.
I mean, you might want to keep that in mind.
Hunter's already seething right now.
Damn mushrooms.
No, not because of the mushrooms.
I'm gonna use white noise.
Alright. Which one are you making an area of effect?
Yeah, I might as well try to see if I can get the whole three of them.
Alright, I'd say they're close enough together that it wouldn't affect them if you roll well.
Okay. Okay, can we actually get a good roll, please?
Not bad.
Could be worse.
I mean, it's a middle
above
roll.
average. Yeah, it's above the middle of the road.
First one, second one, third one.
Huh.
You do manage to hit all of them. Alright, and that does 2 damage to each of them. You kind of see them covering their little fairy ears.
And, well, the confusion effect.
I'll basically say the confusion is that they roll disadvantage on their next attack.
Fair enough.
All right. Anything else? Want to move closer?
Yeah. I'll move to here.
All right. Hunter, what are you gonna do? All right.
This is the one that hit GA before, right?
The Inoki? Yes.
Hello, Butterscotch.
Ooh.
Why did it roll twice?
I don't know.
And why can I never see the number? Why is it so bright?
Are you on dark mode?
Yes.
That may be why.
It's like
That might be
bright
why.
yellow.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I see it now, because like dark mode has the text go white, so that the yellow is just what's causing the
Well,
problem.
I'm willing to give you the second one. That was an 11. So, roll me 8d4, and well, actually, let me see how the Fae reacts to this. Burp. Yeah, she's getting hit. Roll me 8d4.
Holy shit! I love it.
That is max damage. you just kind of walk up to this thing, and you basically just kind of frickin' Fist of the North Star it. And
You didn't know, but you're already dead.
yeah, this one just kind of flies into the dirt, and you just kind of watch as she just kind of stops moving.
Hunter's gonna cross his arms and face the other two. And he's gonna say, I don't care if you fight me because I stepped into your ring, but if one of you tries to hit that girl again, I'll be much, much worse.
How much movement do you have left?
5 feet.
One space, basically.
I'm before you end your turn, I'm gonna look at something real quick. Okay, so if I hit here,
Or-
if I hit here though, okay, back up.
I was gonna say, also do remember that diagonals are considered 1.5 space.
Well, yeah, but still, back up.
That's up to Hunter.
No, what? No.
Okay, I
me.
warned you.
Alright. But, yeah. Their only response is to just laugh at you.
That's okay. They can laugh all they want, as long as they don't try to hit Jihei again.
Alright, so I rolled for something, but because they can't technically act this turn, go ahead, Pete.
So, I'm going to move my 2 of my 6 movement,
Alright.
and because I warned you, but you decided not to, which is entirely fair, I'm going to use Flash Flood,
Give me a second.
which is a 9, sadly, so everyone can roll against that, I believe.
I mean,
Basically, I think if I remember correctly, Flash Flood, you still take the damage, but the roll is to not be pushed away.
let's see here, dealing 4 damage, and pushes the speed. I mean, yeah, also technically it does say all enemies, so.
Yep.
Uh,
As I say, all enemies, I wasn't sure if allies would be hit too, so.
I'm gonna say, because you are hitting things more or less in front of you, that Hunter's fine. If he was in front of you, he'd probably be in trouble. But, alright, the
But
oyster.
basically, Hunter, what you see is that Pete rides like a stream of water that crashes in front of you as a massive wave of groundwater raises up and slams into these fairies.
Alright, so you managed to drench them a little bit, but they just kind of continue to laugh at you.
You take the 4 damage, and then also move back 3 spaces.
They succeed in not getting pushed back
Oh, okay. All right.
because they are also flying.
No, that's fair. I'm sorry, I didn't see those rolls.
Yep.
But yeah, there we go. That's the 4 damage on both of them. That is my only area of effect move, by the way, my only damaging spell, so...
Alright, give me
I
a quick
might
second.
look into the spell book, actually. I don't know.
Alright. And before these guys act, basically, all of you, as you see Pete just cause all of the dirt underneath to become mud, you kind of hear a slightly more ominous sounding laugh as basically rising from the ground you see another one. Bigger, however.
I think we found the,
You are now encountering the Fey Queen.
well, I think we fucked up.
Yeah, for my next turn, but like it requires me to survive to my next turn.
I mean, I think you'll be fine because she's going last.
Okay. Well, no, if she's rolling last in the initiative counter, she'd still act before me because I'm top of the initiative.
True, but I think you'll be fine. Alright.
And you turned off the initiative tracker.
I
No.
realize I did.
How will I ever know that Pete is a bitch-ass motherfucker?
There we go.
Maybe we should have just asked if we could take a few mushrooms.
They attacked
I would-
first.
I would have been more than willing to ask,
I
but
mean,
they had to
attacked
throw.
first.
I mean, they're
They had
also
to throw
fairies.
punches at GA.
I was gonna say they're fairies. They're kind of assholes. Alright, the Oyster Fae.
So I can't tell if the Fae are meant to be male, female, or gender neutral.
They are gender neutral by like mythology, so like
These ones are distinctly feminine, but there's nothing that really distinctly
Like,
points them either
it's
direction.
also the reason why elves, because they're technically fey beings, are usually described as gender neutral.
Alright, the Oyster Fae. Alright. They're not very good at heeding warnings, bear in mind. Spends 3 stamina. And... Badoop. She begins singing ominously in Jihei's response. Thankfully, Jihei is immune to the call of the Fae.
Give me a sec.
I mean, you're fine. Meanwhile, speaking of Jihei, she doesn't really have anything good for this.
Oh, I have to BRB again.
It's alright, man. You have some time before your turn. Ba-da-ba-ba. Actually, wait. I realized my mistake there. That Dark needs to roll. I will roll for Dark, because I realized that is an AoE. Which... Alright, Dark is also fine. Jihei is just kinda stand around and wait. Which means she gets to do this, and she now has 2 counters. They're not helping her, but she has them. And now the Amanita. Pete.
Yo,
The Amanita Fae has locked eyes with you. Boop.
alright.
Oops. She's supposed to be at 7.
Holding a thing. Boom! Shakalaka!
Alright. How are you going to... You tell me, other than your proficiency, what are you gonna do? Because this little fey creature is shooting mushroom spore at you.
You know what? You know how I mentioned that, like, he kind of redirected, at his way to dodge the other one, kind of redirected the mushroom spores away from him?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna rebound the mushroom spores in a similar way.
Alright. You rebound the mushroom. And I'm gonna say, because that is technically a critical defense, you manage to hit the Fae, and she paralyzes herself. It is an Amanita mushroom.
Foolish!
Alright, Hunter, what is your plan? Alright, you're gonna punch the queen.
No,
Alright.
I'm punching this one.
Ah, you're punching the weaker one. Makes sense.
I hate that it is so bright. I
Alright.
hate it.
The oyster phase response. She just flits out of the way. Like, you barely just kind of punch like the little trailing tail ends of her wing. Alright.
He's
We
grinding his teeth.
need to wait for a dark to come back, but how is this going so far for y'all?
I didn't
It's
mean to blow up one
interesting.
of them.
I mean, they did attack you first. You just kind of were there, and the Fae are just like, no, fuck you.
Isn't that what Pete did in response? Like, no, fuck you, no, fuck you! Fuck your mushroom.
Also, I realized
Shrooms are a low-quality food anyway.
I realized these two should have had disadvantage on their actual regular attacks, but considering they didn't hit for shit anyway, it's fine.
Fucking...
I'm right where I want to be.
In the middle of a ring of mushrooms.
Never eating another mushroom in my life.
I mean, at least one of those you probably shouldn't eat anyway. I didn't mean to, but ironically, the Fae are mostly edible mushrooms.
Attempting to remember what the name of that mushroom was that technically eats your DNA.
Well, now I'm curious what the hell you're talking about.
Apparently there's a very, very poisonous mushroom that basically eats the protein that make up DNA.
Bisperigera, the destroying angel mushroom. In shotgun sequencing, the DNA is randomly broken up and the fragments are sequenced. The process is repeated multiple times. That is the Amanita.
Hmm.
It's not the red and white spotted one, but it is related to it. The European destroying angel Amanita.
Yeah, don't eat that. You'll get very sick.
And probably die.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Slowly. Painfully. What? My friend's playing Final Fantasy 14?
Oh man.
I didn't even know he had that game.
I mean, you can play it up to level 60 for free. That is such a dumb joke. But
Sorry about that.
welcome
Is
back,
it
Dark.
60? I thought it was 30.
No, it's level 60. Also,
Yes.
it is
Fuck, why am I not playing it?
it is your turn, Satsuki. The Fae have done nothing to you, and Hunter failed to punch the one with the moth wings.
Okay. Go 10 minutes without being interrupted.
Chill.
just trying to think.
DJ's not here. How can he chill?
I'm the other ice person.
You have ice powers? I thought it was sound.
I
It's
mean,
both.
she doesn't have any specific abilities for ice for combat yet.
Bringing up the Mr. Freeze puns. You need to chill.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, let's go visual snow.
Alright, what are you aiming at? Or are you making it area?
Here's the thing: if I have it be area, Pete and Hunter are gonna be affected too. That's the problem.
Then what are you aiming at?
Probably go for the two who are damaged already, and go for the red one.
Alright, Amanita.
Hey.
Alright, not really. Paralysis probably just means that she's not able to move, but she is working at disadvantage.
Okay, so that's -3 stamina.
Yeah. That one is not looking very good. Don't adjust it on your thing. Adjust it on your token, bro. Let's see here. Reduce accuracy for 2 turns. Alright, so this one is also blind.
Blind and paralyzed sounds very shitty.
Yeah. Alright. The Queen.
Oh, my stamina. Previously on my token for some reason. Whatever. What?
She's just staring down Hunter.
Yeah?
Face to face.
You know, she is just gonna aim at you, Hunter. And -3. Le boop. How do you bleed?
Guilty.
Oh. Oh
Very
no.
bloody.
Oh no. Hunter. The ground beneath you just starts erupting in more and more mushrooms. And they start entangling you. Like,
Wait a second.
You are literally trapped and gooped by them. You take 8 damage. You also are unable to move.
That's okay. I'm right where I want to be.
She just continues staring you down, as you are now covered in mushroom goop. And, well, mushroom. Pete! Your friend has been captured. By mush.
Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Someone get the DK wrap.
No.
No.
So, what I'm going to do is something amazing. So, I am currently not in any threatened space, which is amazing, honestly. So, I'm going to spend the 1 stamina to do next day delivery to give me 2 extra, basically bumps my speed from 6 to 8.
Alright, where are
And
you
what
going?
I'm going to do... 1, 2...
Remember, half tiles. So this is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You know what? Yeah. Alright. So, Pete basically hops over Hunter and lands here.
Alright.
He had to double back to do it.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing. It was, you know, it's gotta get that style, okay? The best part is, we're gonna smack a deparalyzed fairy behind me once.
Alright.
13.
Alright, I will say because she's paralyzed, you just knock her the feck out.
Alright, that's 3 damage she takes. Boom. And then I'm going to flip the headphones on, Blair, whatever battle music you want. I'm listening to Persona 3 battle music right now myself. And I'm just gonna, with all of my might and my super fast movement style, because I technically am still moving while I'm doing the strike, it's 12 to the Fairy Queen.
Alright. And the response from said Fairy Queen, let me double check for her. To move anything.
Basically, now there's just, like, really, like... Basically, the musical stylings of Lotus Juice is now filling the area.
Alright. You hit her.
Alright, that's for 5 damage, because +2 when I'm moving.
Youch. She does not appreciate this.
And kind of like to wrap up, and just like you basically got like the bouncy movement with like the guitar. Yes, guitar stick. There are now guitar sticks apparently. My brain's fried. I'm like trying to do a school assignment and this at the same time.
Oh, I
So
just
I'm-
realized what I can do, and it's gonna be funny.
So you got the bouncy movement, and he's like twirling the drumsticks.
The Oyster Fae is going to spend 1 stamina, and she's going to aim at you, Hunter. Hunter, because you are bound, you gain disadvantage on your dodge. And she's going to go boop.
I fucked it up.
Roll
Do
me.
you want me to roll the second one?
Roll me one more to see if it gets any worse. Okay, the 6. Alright. Hunter, you just get, like, blasted in the cheek by mushroom spores. You take 4 damage and you kind of feel like the mushrooms are starting to actually eat your face a little bit. It kind of hurts. A lot. Very quick
Just gonna
setting
slowly rub his cheek.
quick setting necrosis. Painful. Jihei. She's not doing much. She is just going to spend 1 to roll even the odds on Satsuki. Alright. Unfortunately, Satsuki, you do -1 damage next time. Boing. The Amanita's out. Hunter! Roll me to see if you break free. I'd say that's good enough. You managed to wiggle your way out of mushroom goop. I'll say that takes up your movement action. What are you doing?
Something the fairies probably haven't really cared about, but might have noticed.
Hmm?
He doesn't seem as pissed off when they're attacking him.
Perhaps.
So he's going to take another regular swing at the blue one.
Alright.
And for some reason, my attacks just don't want to do anything today.
Uh,
Except for the one where it matters.
I'm going to say... there's not much point. She's going to just try and flit out of the way. And she just kinda does. Laughing at you all the while. Probably getting cathartic enjoyment of you having your face being slightly eaten away. Satsuki.
Okay.
Hunter has been mushroomed a little bit, and Pete is doing okay.
Going to step forward a bit more just so I can be a bit closer, but also still be within protection range of Jihei.
Just remember, if you do any attack, it's -1 to its damage output.
Yep, I know. Hey, Mistiv, what kind of attacks are you rocking?
Punching. He still has the Jawbreaker and the knockback kick, as well as just his regular brass knuckles. But he's also kind of hurting because the Fae don't like him.
You send the think. What are you sitting at for HP?
He's at 13.
Yeah. I'm actually going to use. Maybe I'll wait one more turn to use Rock Out.
What are you gonna do then?
Yeah, I'm gonna try Visual Snow again.
On the Queen?
Yeah, probably.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, a sec. Well, that's it. If nothing else, I get another proficiency.
Yeah, +1 proficiency for the dark.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate that that's when my attack's weakened, but it is what it is. I'll take it.
And what is the Queen's response?
So I thought.
Definitely getting hit. So, you were using Visual Snow.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, it
Also, I
doesn't...
thought my proficiency was higher than 12.
No. But, alright, she gets hit and she is now affected by the blinding, meaning she basically has disadvantage now. Probably for the best for Hunter.
I basically smacked her for 5. I'm surprised she's not, like, glaring me down now.
Well, it's because she captured Hunter first. It was kind of a case of capturing prey. She is going to spend 1. And... 2. Alright, she's aiming at you this time, Pete.
Yo!
She's rolling at disadvantage, however.
Just... Okay, I was about to say, if she's rolling at disadvantage, then I wasn't going to use quick reflexes.
She is definitely going to miss. Yep. You just watch the mushrooms underneath you just kind of start rapidly growing, but they don't last very long.
No, I like the idea that, like, I'm just, like, because I'm, like, basically dancing in place to my music, I'm generating enough groundwater to basically knock away the mushrooms.
Yeah, they were very weak mushrooms. Goodbye, mush. Alright, speaking of you, Pete.
Okay, here we go. We're going down now. It's 11 to the Queen.
Alright. Her response?
Damn, does she get a proficiency?
No. But... I'm trying to think, how would disadvantage take into place with this?
Yeah, wouldn't she have to roll again considering that she's now at a disadvantage? Yeah, there we go. She gets smacked in the face for 5 damage.
Ouch.
And my other attack, I'm not actually going to take the other attack. I'm going to use a jet stream of water to wash away the mushroom growth on, basically to flood the root, the mycelium of the mushroom in order to knock Hunter loose.
I mean,
I'm
he
already
already broke
loose.
free.
Oh, he's already broke free? Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Then fuck it.
I mean, there's
Wait a sec,
another,
what?
there's another Fae.
As I'm moving, another smackadadakada of the drum. That's not gonna hit unless she rolls terribly.
She still rolls
Yeah.
disadvantage. She...
Hey, not bad.
She avoids it.
Now I'm just basically. Wait a second.
Yes?
Okay, no. I've still got a bit of movement left. Hey, Hunter. So, Ari, are you doing flanking rules? Would you allow flanking rules?
I'm not sure because I don't know how that would work in this other than just giving you advantage.
In 5e, yeah, it just gives you advantage.
Yeah, that's probably fine. The
Yep.
Oyster Fae. There's not really
Just
much
remember
you can do.
that. Just remember that our enemies can do it to us as well.
You began something you shouldn't have.
This one is going to knock herself out by aiming at... She is going to aim at Hunter. Also because he's already damaged. And with her last ability to attack, boop. she'll probably miss. You
Damn.
barely dodge another set of spores as she just kind of flutters to the ground.
All right, Hunter, give the queen a haymaker.
Before then, Jihei. Even the odds. Unfortunately, you're doing -1 damage. Jihei is trying her best. She's just not doing very well at it.
Listen, as long as she's trying her best, she's doing fine.
Alright, Hunter. The queen is blinded and you have advantage.
As the last fairy that isn't the queen that has actively hurt Jihei, or at least attacked her,
I mean,
is
the
now
other
knocked out,
has
his
been
anger
drawn.
just fades to a smile.
Also, wait, you have advantage, but she's got disadvantage to evade, so, like, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to do this, honey.
Alright, roll one more
Remember to
time.
roll it again?
Alright, the 14. And the queen. Can't get much worse than a 1. Alright. You're essentially kind of getting a free crit here, man. What do you want to do?
Exactly what it sounds like. Just his anger fades, and it's just a calm smile returns to his face. He goes back to his stance. He's like, and he repeats himself, "Sorry to do this." And then before she even has a chance to blink, his fist has met her jaw, and she is just her vision is spinning.
I like the idea that we have the equivalent of the Rising Dragon punch, but instead of the Rising Dragon, we've got the Rising Kangaroo.
I will say, for the sake of it, due to the amount of force put into it, Pete, roll me something.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll be fine. The queen, as she's just hit with this, just gets sent flying out of her own fairy circle, and you just kind of watch her just kind of scream as she flails about and kind of just immobilizes.
So we've made a lot of enemies today.
You think?
Congratulations, you beat mushrooms.
What
Yay,
was
we
the
beat
point
the
of this?
mushrooms. As Hunter doesn't respond, he grabs one of the mushrooms from the circle and just leaves.
Okay.
Jihei kind of
So-
Go on.
What should we? I mean, are they dead or? I mean, like.
Okay, so Satsuki, before you say any more, just go. This is the moment where we just leave, alright?
You know,
This
yeah, good point.
is the moment where we just leave. We have committed a Fey crime, and we're walking out of court. Jihei, no. Jihei, no.
GA, no.
She's stealing a mushroom from the one that hit her and runs away.
Okay.
She's earned
Everyone, get the fuck out of court!
Alright, so, congratulations, you beat Mushroom Fae. So,
I know one of
yeah.
them's probably hurting really bad.
Yeah. Alright,
I
so...
have no clue how much HP he had, but it had.
the queen still had 11 before you hit her.
I'm talking about the one I flurried.
Oh, 12. You did 16. Alright,
Not
so...
quite overkill, but close
A
enough.
little bit. All of you, for your valiant efforts, I will give you 4 stamina and 2 proficiency. You are all also fully healed, but Hunter, you've got a mark on your face now.
I'm also at a 6.
And
You're getting ever so closer to your first ability, Hunter.
I mean, he's at 6 proficiency, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so yeah, so that'll give him his first ability.
Oh yeah, that's right, because he was getting his first ability at 5, then at 10, and then every 10 after.
Yeah.
Because I started at 2.
Yeah. But after all of that, you guys end up going back to town. It takes a bit of time to get there, and it's starting to actually become evening. This is not the one I wanted. There we go. And as you come back, you go back to the old man that gave you this quest, and you knock upon his door. And he answers, and he looks upon you, Hunter, and he's like, goodness, what happened?
Hunter smiles and hands him the mushroom. Oh, nothing major. Just a couple of pests.
Jihei kind of hands him the mushroom that she was holding. What kind of pests?
Faye?
The flying kind that like to shoot spores and corrosive acids at people.
Faye?
He kind of looks at you, concerned. Well, that answers several of my questions.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you my manners earlier. My name's Hunter, by the way.
Hunter, a pleasure. I'm
He
Gabriel.
gestures to the others. This is Satsuki, Pete, GA. Don't mind her. She will just turn into a statue randomly.
I mean, after she handed off the mushroom, she kind of froze. And just started doing her staring thing. Like, pleasure to all of you. I'm Gabriel. I'm an herbalist, and, well, since you can all corroborate the story, I'd say that now that we know that there are Fae in that area, might be best to set up pathways that steer away from that part of the forest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be fair. That'd be. I would hate to have run into that during my deliveries.
Most likely, especially given they're probably kind of pissed now.
Yeah. Well, not just pissed. I think one of them's now basically a lump of mycelium landing in the. You don't. Let's not go over there.
It is true that there are tales that these Fae creatures do not truly die. They just come back where they die. There will be more.
Nah. This lady, when knocked out of the ring, basically turned into a solid chunk of mycelium.
Don't
Basically.
forget she also crawled out of the ground in the same fashion.
Yeah. So like,
She probably just had enough.
I think she's I don't think she's good.
She's also slightly bigger than the others.
Ah, so they do have a queen. I do believe that where she lie, more of them will grow and another queen will come. It's best to stay away.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with the Fae. They're like the asbestos of the woods.
So hopefully you don't need any more of those mushrooms.
No, but give me a moment. And he kind of turns and goes into his house, and he comes back, and each of you are given 4 crowns.
Yeah, I'm not poor anymore.
He does give
Much
it to
appreciated.
each of you. Now, I do believe I have some letters to write for the mayor.
Wait, where are we, if I might ask? Like, where exactly
The
are we?
residential district.
Somewhere in the
Are we
residential.
at the? Are we at in the? We're not at their shop. Like, we're not at the
No.
apothecary shop, are we? Okay, cool.
No, you're
'Cause I was
just at
about to
some
say,
random. You're just at some
I
random
would-
dude's house.
I was about to say, if we're at the pharmacy, I'm just gonna hand back 3 crowns and go like, give me all the time, all the time.
Nope, you're just at some random old man's
Alright.
house.
Cool. I'm gonna go buy all the time once we're separated.
He bows and thanks him for his time.
Sasuke also says thank you.
He thanks you all for helping him with that, and he bids you all a good night.
I'm just gonna leave his house. Well, that was a fun adventure.
That's one way to put it.
I'm gonna go upgrade my equipment as I flick the coin and kind of like speed off as the coin lands back in my hand.
Hunter's just kind of wiping the mark on his cheek like it's itchy or something.
It definitely kind of burns and hurts.
As I
That's
fumble
gonna
in,
leave a mark.
as I fumble into the pharmacy, I'm like, hey, you got anything for like weird mushroom acidic thingy that just slaps a friend in the face and kind of leaves a mark?
That,
Anti-burn is probably a better term to use.
No, because I don't think that was a burn. I think this is like a weird acidic like,
burns.
thing. Yeah, like you just like something.
the
that
apothecary
you'll-
just kind of stares at you a little bit and just like, maybe bring them here so I can see what's going on.
Okay. Just you missed, and I just like show back up, hands on Hunter's shoulders, like I'm gonna need you for a second.
Okay.
I'm imagining like Hunter, like as soon as we stop, he gets like an immediate sense of vertigo, going like, "What the fuck?"
Probably.
As he's pulled off on one foot, and then when he lands, the momentum still carries him forward, and he topples over. Damn it!
Roll to not land on the burn. Yeah, that hurts. You now have grit in there.
Fuck.
Okay, so, all right. Hey, guy. First off, one thing of all the time. Second, he's right over here.
The apothecary kind of just gestures to where the bottle of medicine is, and kind of starts looking over at Hunter. And that I don't think I can help that. Looks, I think that's gonna leave a scar.
That's alright. Do you have anything to help with the burning feeling?
I may have some sort of ointment to make it feel better. Let me help get that grit out of there.
Thanks.
Alright. And maybe after about 5-10 minutes, Jihei and Satsi kind of come wandering up, and Hunter, you now have a big old bandage on your face. And it kind
So
of...
now the image is 100% accurate, because the image also has a bandage on his face.
I didn't even realize that. Well,
It's under the hat. You can kind of see part of it sticking out.
fair
Ari,
enough.
if you'd like to look at another item description now.
Oh, no. But, don't be hard. Alright. So the apothecary kind of looks over you all and just like, well, you all have a good night. Try not
Thank
to
you, Captain.
fight more of whatever that was.
Avoid the mushrooms in the forest. That's all I can say.
I'm going to go buy a sharp object.
Why?
Always good to have a knife in a survival situation.
Well, I
I
need
mean,
two,
yeah.
and also my drumsticks kind of, as like the effects of the like the acidic spores are now showing as like the drumsticks look eaten away. These were good.
Alright.
I'll tell you what, we'll get you some more when we get back.
Alright. So, it is now getting close to the appointed time that y'all need to meet with those other people, and you figure that this is probably the time you need to go fetch a purse. But
Anyway,
we will handle that next session.
I will go ahead and buy, I guess, the dagger, but I guess since Pete has the situation where he attacks twice, it can either be one dagger or just a dagger that I slash twice with. Or it can be the two or one dagger I just slashed twice with. How are you gonna call that?
I will think about it because it's the drumsticks themselves that attack twice.
Yeah.
So I'll have to think about that one for you. But
Hey Jake, how's the scar looking?
you hear some minor squeaks as he just kind of shakes his head and puts his arms up in a shrug.
Well, anyway, so considering that we need to, it's getting late, and I need to, make sure that I'm full of energy when we meet the guys, I'm going to, as Pete pulls a bottle out from his bag. Maybe this is a great energy drink.
Jihei kind of just grabs you by the wrist and shakes her head.
What's up, Jihei? It says all the time. You can drink it all the time.
She kind of points at the ingredients, and you see melatonin as part of the listed, as well as caffeine.
That's not. We barely passed chemistry, but I know that who did this.
Congrats, you bought.
We don't need a
fresh
hammy
meat
from
products.
Over the Hedge incident.
I think I bought like chlorophyll, but not. Oh shit! Wait, it's actually in the ingredients.
You get a minor face palm from Jihei, not chlorophyll.
That says chlorine.
No, it says.
Says chlorophyll.
I hope it doesn't say chlorine.
I was gonna say, I think the word he's looking for is chloroform.
Oh, chloroform. My bad. Well, it works for Pete.
Yeah.
He
but-
doesn't know words.
If you
But-
just want to get knocked out, there's easier ways to do it.
But it says caffeine, red dye number 6, and like 12,000 ounces of sugar. So like,
Red dye number 6.
And nuclear energy?
Oh my god. Oh my god, why not just sell a bottle of euthanasia while you're at it?
Wasn't that the intention?
I'm gonna drink it.
Jihei continues shaking her head at you.
One day you're not gonna be around, Jihei. And one day
I'm just
we'll
going
drink.
to stand behind him, so just in case.
I was gonna say, at this point, Jihei just rummages through your mailbag and hands you the bottle of Coke.
No, but it's got. It says it tastes like death. I want to taste that.
You don't.
Listen to the metal singer, the zookeeper, and her friend. You don't.
Fine, fine. I'll give it to Percy and not give him context. He's a big enough guy. He won't do anything.
I'm pretty sure killing a police officer is a felony in most places.
Oh, it says it won't cause death, but might cause exhaustion.
I'm pretty
Not gonna
poisoning a
lie.
police officer is a felony in most places.
Not gonna lie, listen to the Zookeeper doesn't sound very enticing.
Yeah, honestly, like, Hunter, I understand you're doing good here, and but listen to the zookeeper. Just reminds you of that time that zookeeper was talking about a kangaroo rat and how they were cool, and I zoned out.
That was me.
Ah, shit.
I was gonna say, Jihei just starts pointing at Hunter.
Oh, wait, we went. Yeah, we did go to the Sweet Jest City Zoo that one time. Wait, how long have you been working there?
I'm almost 40. I've been working there since I was 20.
I was about to say, have you been working there since you came out the womb? No. It's 20 years, so it does match up.
Jihei
can
just
tell it-
kind of, takes a pen and scribbles on her hand and puts it in front of your face, Pete, and it just says, "in?" ?
You know, Jihei, come on, Jihei. Before... Fuck it, I'm chugging this. I'm getting out of this awkward situation.
Pointing him away from civilization. Whatever happens, happens.
Alright. Here we go. I've spent 3 crowns just to do this. I want you, Ari, to have me roll at disadvantage for this because I want the effect.
No, you roll once.
I roll once. Okay. Is it a d20 that you said? Okay,
Yes.
cool. Alright, time to glug, glug, glug.
I'll go get Percy.
It it literally is just the old thing of one frame you're standing, the next frame you're on the ground.
The next part is, I like the idea of what Jihei and Hunter go like, no! The bottle touches Pete's lips and he's already down on the ground.
Well, that was unexpected.
Percy checks his pulse.
He is alive, just
I'm-
immediately
I'm
out.
just... I'm
Is he vibrating?
I'm hearing what sounds like the Energizer or Bunny commercial.
I did heal 5 stamina though.
Yes.
Literally, I just hear the sound of a drum.
Jihei is now looking even more like Komi than usual.
Wait.
Like, even vibrating in place out of
Wait,
concern.
Oh god.
I have the mental image where he is just laying perfectly still on the ground, but his entire form is vibrating very visibly.
Yeah, it is getting to be faster than Velma's drumming speed. Oh god.
That's normal though.
Is he vibrating so fast he's vibrating between the atoms?
He's basically just like those weird jittery toys you just put on the ground and they just move.
Anyway, specifically for like how he's laid on the ground, you know, like the generic funny like on the ground pose from Family Guy. That one. He's just doing that. He's like slowly vibrating. He's actually vibrating so slowly that he's technically moving down the street, kind of.
Do we follow him or do we just leave him be?
Give me a second, real fast.
Okay, fine, ho.
Hey, you're his friend. What do we do?
She's also vibrating, just more awkwardly.
She's also vibrating down the street at the same pace as me.
Also, I know that's serial, but point.
I'm just hearing the hammer theme from Super Smash Brothers.
You believe that this is the point where one of you follows those two to make sure that they don't die, and the other of you is going to go get Percy.
The best part
Satsuki
is
said she was already going to get Percy, so I'm following.
I specifically wanted to set this up so that when next session, when Percival joins, he's like, what the fuck?
Hunter's got a big scar on his cheek, and he's just vibrating down the road.
I'll go find Percy. You watch Jihei and keeps her in that Peter doesn't like.
Explode.
Here's the worst part. Here's the worst part. I already got. Guess what just played on his iPod?
Oh no.
Initially.
If you tell me it's Rocket Man, I'm going to slap you.
Oh no. It's even worse. We're going full 10 yards with this meme.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh god. I'm a bitch.
But
Why does he have that?
Yeah, why is
I
that
know.
on his...
But for the rest of y'all, I do
It's
hope you
Caramel
enjoy-
Dancing, for the record.
Yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this session. This was definitely more of a random bullshit go kind of scenario. And hopefully next time we will have a Percy to continue on with the plot. But until then, we will see you all next
God damn
time.
it, Snowy. Now I just have Caramel Dancing stuck in my head.